Okay, so this month we explored the poem by Kahlil Gibran on children. And throughout the practices, throughout the meditation and the journal prompts and the reflection questions, we looked at different lines from the poem. And so there was one line that can very easily be overlooked that I think perfectly encapsulated the theme of this practice, and that line is, "For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday." I am someone who spends a lot of time thinking about how I could have done things better, how I should have done things differently. And so this line reminds me that now is what I have, and that it's okay to just be in this present moment and do the best I can in this present moment. So with that in mind, we are going to explore the theme of being present and letting that be enough. We'll do that mostly by doing poses that will have us in contact with the ground quite a bit, or the floor. So if you would like anything to make yourself more comfortable, maybe a pillow, blanket, pillows and blankets, anything like that, please grab those things because we will be lying on our backs, our stomachs, our sides, and we'll also be on our knees for a little bit. So cushion yourself, make yourself comfortable. To start, we are going to come onto our backs. So we'll lie down. And if for any reason lying flat on your back with your legs straightened isn't comfortable for you, please feel free to bend your knees and allow your knees to fall together and walk your feet out as wide as you'd like to, and see if that helps you to feel more comfortable. You can also lie on your side or place pillows along the backside of your body to make yourself more comfortable. Once you're comfortable, I invite you to bring your attention to the backside of your body. Starting first with your heels. And then the back of your lower legs. The backs of your knees. The backs of your thighs. Your bottom and your hips. The entire length of your back. Your shoulders, the backs of your arms and hands, your neck, and finally the back of your head. When you're ready, reach your arms up overhead. Maybe you bring your feet closer together. Give yourself a full body stretch. Reach, reach, reach. Then draw your knees into your chest. And rock from side to side. Place the soles of your feet onto the mat. Place your palms onto the mat. And on an inhale, arch your spine to tip your pelvis forward. Then as you exhale, come back to neutral. Continue inhaling to arch and exhaling to come back to neutral. As you do so, notice how the other curves in your spine change and adjust without you prompting them to do so, just by moving your hips. Come back to a neutral spine. Straighten your legs. Reach your arms up overhead. Another full body stretch. Then draw your knees into your chest again. Hug them in and rock from side to side. Come to center. Place the soles of your feet onto the mat, palms down onto the mat. On your next inhale, lift your hips, sending them up towards the sky. Then as you exhale, lower your hips back down. On our inhales, we lift. And on our exhales, we lower. Continue at your own pace, following your breath. Make this your final round. And the next time your hips are down, leave them there. Then straighten your legs, straighten your arms, reach them up overhead, full body stretch. Draw your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Come to center. Place the soles of your feet onto the mat. Roll over onto your right side. Straighten your left leg or your top leg. And then reach your left arm up overhead. And then allow your left fingertips to rest on the floor. Reach your left foot as far as you can away from your torso, and reach your left hand as far as you can away from your torso. So you've got this full stretch along the left side of your body. And then release the stretch, so allow the left side of your body to relax. And again, stretch this top side of your body. Hand is moving as far as it can away from your foot, and your foot is moving as far as it can away from your hand. And then relax. Final time. Stretch as far as you can. and relax. Roll over onto your back. Straighten both legs. Straighten both arms. And notice how the left side feels compared to the right side. Does one side feel longer or shorter? Does one side feel more compressed? Maybe there's a difference in the temperature that you feel from side to side. When you're ready, roll over onto your left side. Both knees are bent, and maybe your left arm is bent and it's serving as a pillow for your head. Straighten your right leg. Straighten your right arm overhead. Fingertips are resting on the floor over your head. When you're ready, stretch your right foot away from you and your right hand away from you. So you're creating the longest line that you can along the right side of your body. Breathe deeply. Then relax. And stretch again along this right side of your body. And relax. Final stretch. And relax. Roll over onto your back. Stretch your arms up overhead. Both legs are straightened. Full body stretch. Draw your knees into your chest. And rock from side to side for a final time. We're going to make our way onto our hands and our knees, but you have a few different ways you can get there. Maybe you have your own way, and I'll show you two different options. When you're ready to come onto your hands and your knees, you can roll over to one side, press yourself up, and then come onto your hands and your knees. Or you can have a little fun, and you can rock along your spine, back and forth, and then eventually cross your legs and come over your legs onto your hands and your knees. Your call. Have fun. Once you are on your hands and your knees, check in with yourself. Would you benefit from any cushioning underneath your knees? Would it feel better to come onto fists to give your wrist a bit of a break instead of being bent? You choose, and choose what would feel best to you today. From here, we'll explore cat-cow. So on an inhale, arch your spine. And on an exhale, round your spine. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. Continue inhaling and arching, and exhaling and rounding. Come back to a neutral spine. Bring your big toes together. Walk your knees out as wide as you'd like. Send your hips back to your heels. Walk your hands forward and lower your forehead to the mat for our first child's pose. Begin to rock your forehead from side to side, or your head from side to massage your forehead gently along the floor. Be still for a moment. Lift your head just a little bit off the mat and walk your hands over to the left. Then lower your head back down to the mat. Lift your head again, walk your hands through center, and then over to the right. Lower your head back down. Lift your head, walk your hands through center, and then come up onto your hands and your knees. Walk your knees in underneath your hips, and your feet are about hips width apart. You might need to readjust your hands so that they're just about underneath your shoulders. Then reach your left arm up and lace your left hand between your right wrist and your right knee along the floor, and lower your shoulder and head down to the mat. So your hips are high and you're kind of twisted at the top. Notice if there's anywhere in your body where you're holding tension or exerting effort where you can relax. I just noticed that my left shoulder was trying to prop me up, and I'm not exactly sure why. Press into your right hand to come out of your twist. Place your left hand back onto the mat. Reset your hands so we can repeat this on the other side. So this time, right arm reaches up, and then your right hand will lace between the spot between your left wrist and your left knee, and then lower your right shoulder and the right side of your head down to the mat. And once again, scan your body. See if there's anywhere where you can invite in some ease. Press into your left hand. Come up. Place your right hand onto the mat. Walk your knees back. Bend your elbows and lower all the way down onto the front side of your body. Slide your hands forward so that your elbows are underneath your shoulders and your fingers are pointing away from you. Look straight ahead. I'm sorry if you can hear the lawnmower outside. No one usually mows their lawn on the weekends. This is interesting. Okay, seems like it stopped. Anyhow, with your face continuing to face forward, shift just your eyes to the right. And then shift your eyes to the left. To the right. Then to the left. Continue shifting them from side to side. Look forward. Now turn your head to the right. Then turn your head to the left. Turn it back to the right. Then to the left. Continue turning it from side to side. Come back to center. Continue to have your nose facing forward, but look up with just your eyes. Then look down with your eyes. Look up. Look down. And continue switching, looking up and looking down with your eyes only. Bring your eyes back to center and nod your head. Yes. So up and down your head goes. Final time. Bring your head back to center. Stack your right hand on top of your left hand and turn your elbows out to the sides. And then lower your head to rest on your stacked hand. So you might rest your chin, you might rest your forehead, or one side of your face or the other. Decide what feels best to you. Bend your knees, and then crisscross your ankles, and then separate your ankles. So we're continuing to crisscross and separate back and forth, doing some internal and external rotation of our legs. Notice if you can feel the air brushing across your ankles or your feet. If lying flat on your stomach isn't comfortable, you can also come up onto your elbows. One of my teachers calls this TV watching pose, and it does remind me of watching TV as a kid and just that sense of like ease and freedom and playfulness that kids have. They seem to be like masters of being present in the moment. Begin to slow down the crossing of your ankles and lower your legs back down to the mat. Roll over onto your back. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers and allow them to rest either on top of your shin or behind your thigh. Roll your ankle, making circles with your foot. First in one direction. And then in the other direction. And allow your foot to be still. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee. And then use your right hand to press your right leg out to the right side so that your right knee is moving towards the floor and there's gentle pressure being applied from the inside with your right hand. Bring your right hand to the outside of your right knee and use it to bring your right leg back to the center of your chest. Hug your leg in once again. You can remain here, or if you'd like to come into a twist, so you're not currently doing any stimulation, you haven't just had a retrieval or a transfer, or, you want to come into a twist, bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee, bring your right arm out to the right side, and then use your left hand to gently guide your right leg across your body to come into a twist. If you're in the twist, come out of it. Hug your knee in. And bring the sole of your right foot back down to the floor. Straighten your right leg. Bend your left knee and pull your left leg in towards your chest. Your hands can rest on your shin or the back of your thigh. If you'd like to, you can begin to make circles with your foot. Then change the direction of the circles. And finally, allow your foot to be still. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left leg, and then use that hand to guide your left knee down towards the floor. You can also place that hand underneath your left leg and kind of use it to prop your leg up. That's another option. If your left hand isn't already on the outside of your left leg, bring it there and use it to usher your left leg back in towards the center of your chest. Hug your leg in. Bring your left hand down to the floor. And then bring your right hand on top of your knee and use it to bring yourself into a twist. So twist your left leg across the right side of your body. If you're in the twist, come out of it. Hug both knees into your chest and rock from side to side. Maybe you can recall what this felt like at the beginning of the practice. Maybe not. But if you can, how are they different? How are they the same? Be still. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Walk your feet out so they're about hips width apart, maybe a little wider. And then allow your knees to sway from side to side. We're not going for a deep twist, just some gentle windshield wiper action. The next time your knees come up through center, let them stay there. Then straighten one leg, followed by the other leg. You can allow your hands to rest either both on your lower abdomen, both at the center of your chest, both on the floor, palms up or palms down, or anywhere else you would like to rest your hands. Bring your attention to the back side of your body, this time starting at the back of your head. Then move your attention down to the back of your neck, across the back of your shoulders, down the backs of your arms, the backs of your hands, down the back side of your back, the back of your hips, your bottom, the backs of your thighs, behind your knees, your calves, and finally your heels. Allow yourself to rest here in our final resting pose, Shavasana. begin to bring some movement to your body. First, by wiggling your toes. Be gently shaking your legs out. Wiggling your fingers. Rocking your head from side to side. Then reach your arms up overhead. Give yourself one final full body stretch. Then roll over onto one side. Both knees are bent. Slowly press yourself up. Come to a seated position. You can rest your hands on your thighs, and if it feels comfortable to do so, allow your hands to rub up and down your thighs. Notice the sound of your hands in contact with the material. Notice what the material feels like underneath your fingertips. Then allow your hands to be still. As your hands are now still, you might notice some sensation in them. On your next inhale, circle your arms up overhead. Palms touch. And as you exhale, circle your arms down. Inhale to circle back up. Last time, circle down. Inhale up, palms touch. This time, rather than circling your arms down, bring them to the center of your chest on your exhale. Feel your thumbs rest against your sternum. Thank yourself for taking this time to be present with yourself and to be gentle with yourself. And I thank you for sharing your practice and your presence with me. Thank you. So we have about 15 minutes of a break, which of course you can do whatever you'd like during that time. I always think it's a good idea to maybe make yourself some tea. Wow. And you can also grab your journaling utensils, and then I'll meet you back here in about 15 minutes for journaling. So, our first prompt is, how do you feel when you are fully present in the moment? Recall and write about, in as much detail as possible, the last time you felt present. If you'd like to use the yoga sequence as that time, feel free to. Maybe there's something else that helped you to feel fully present. I'll let you know when it's been about 7-ish minutes. begin to wrap up this final thought, remembering that you can always come back to it after our time together. Prompt number 2, how present do you feel in general in the phase of life you're currently in? What helps you to stay or keeps you from being present? Looks like we might be ready for the third prompt. So it is, how do you imagine being fully present in this phase of your life might benefit you in the next phase that you're entering into? Have about another minute with this question if you need it. And then we'll move on